Okay, so I've traced it on the other side, and now I'm gonna open it so you can see how it mirrors. So I'm opening it up, and you can see how I have a fourth of my mandala, but how this image is flipped. The pencils are opposites, these vines connected in the middle. It's the opposite. Once this is done, before you go any farther, put your name on here, just in case you lose it somewhere. But the next step is tracing it onto your mandala. And you're gonna want a pencil to do this part. So I'm gonna put my pen away, or my Sharpie, move my ruler. I'm gonna use a mechanical pencil, that's what I have, but a sharp pencil. And then we're gonna use the light table again. So let me pop that in here. Turn it on. All right, so you can see my light table. It's on here. I'm in the dark. I am going to put this quadrant here. And for me, I think the best thing to do is to tape this flat. So I'm gonna put a little piece of tape on here. Make sure it's smooth. I'm gonna put a piece of tape down below, okay? And then I have my mandala, and I drew like my quadrants or my lines, and I'm gonna line up. This is where that precision comes in the best that you can, because we're human. But if you don't pay attention to the edges, when you start tracing, it's gonna become off kilter somewhere. So I've lined up this edge of the wedge and this edge of the other wedge. And then using a pencil, I'm gonna trace all my shapes. Now, yep, so I'm just gonna start here. And when you're doing this part, I would say draw lightly, because eventually here, you're gonna have to outline with Sharpie, and you're gonna get rid of your pencil line. And so drawing lightly is just a good practice, or else you're gonna see your pencil. That's part of craftsmanship. I'll look at that when I'm grading. And, you know, if it's helpful, I'm noticing like I'm really trying to hold this down. If you need to put a tiny piece of tape on here somewhere to hold it, go ahead and do that. We can throw some painter's tape by the light table so that it's tape that won't ruin the paper there. What do I have left? Oh, the hood. And then I'm going to trace the reverse here. And this is when you start to see your design come together and see how things connect. Now, I think with the watercolor, with the watercolor paper, it's going to be a little more challenging just because you're working with a thicker paper. That's what I'm doing right now. If you had the colored pencil paper, your lines, you should easily see it. Okay, I'm almost done here. And then we'll flip it. Okay, so I've traced it once. Forgot I taped it here. Now I gotta keep moving it around the quadrant, but I wanna pay attention to how I'm flipping it, or can I just, oh, okay. Can I rotate it this way? Yeah, okay. So here's what I would do. I drew my first quadrant. I would rotate it like a clock. So clockwise, the way clock hands move. I'm gonna just turn this. And I'm gonna line it up the best that I can. Just pay attention to like where your shapes are supposed to line up. Because again, this isn't perfect. It might become off kilter a little bit. I'm gonna follow my design underneath, then I'm gonna trace it. Then when I'm done, you're gonna move it clockwise again, and you're gonna trace it, and you're gonna go all the way around. Okay, I just have a few things left to trace, like this part of my clay tool and these two pencils. But if I don't know if you can see it on the video, but these don't quite line up here. They line up there, but not here, so I don't know what I did. So I'm gonna pay attention to that, and I'm gonna line them up now and kind of like fix that. You're gonna have to do that. I've had to do it with other things already. And so I just lined it up and changed that as I was drawing it. Also, the pencils, the point of the one I need to trace is underneath this, and they should like meet up. So I might just turn it a little, because now I can see the points matching up, and I'm gonna draw it. Remember, we're human, we're tracing things. There's gonna be a little bit of error, but just make things work. Perfection doesn't exist, so that shouldn't be the goal. And then I'm gonna, because I turned this one was way off, so I'm gonna go back to how it was, and I'm gonna turn that just a little to make these pencils line up how I want. So just know, like, it's okay to do that. No one's really gonna notice that in your mandala. There's the pencil part. Okay, I'm gonna hit my light so we can see how this looks.